Hi everyone, welcome back to DET Practice. Today we're going to practice the DET speaking sample, the longest speaking task on the Duolingo English Test. In this task, you need to speak for 3 minutes about a personal experience, opinion, or situation. Today's question is, what style of music do you like the most and why? Who are your favorite artists who perform this type of music and why are they your favorite? And how do you think this music contributes to society? For this question, the key challenge is developing a long and organized response. Since you need to speak for a longer time, using a clear structure is very important. A great strategy is the PREP formula: point, reason, example, and point. First, introduce your main idea. Then, explain your reasons, provide specific examples, and finish by summarizing your opinion. For a personal opinion question like this, avoid giving only simple answers like, "I like rock music because it is exciting." Instead, explain what makes the music special, mention specific artists or experiences, and connect your ideas to a broader topic. Also, remember to look at the camera, sit up straight, and use natural expressions because your body language can influence how your communication skills are perceived. If you need more time to organize your thoughts, use transitions such as, "Let me think about how best to explain this," or another important aspect to consider is to keep your answer flowing naturally. Before we reveal the answer, pause this video and take a moment to prepare your own response. Try to speak for at least 1 minute using the PREP structure. Welcome back. The correct answer is here. Honestly, if I had to pick a style of music that I like the most, I'd definitely go with indie rock. There's just something kind of captivating about it, you know? The mix of creative melodies and lyrics that feel really genuine. I started listening to bands like Arctic Monkeys and Vampire Weekend during high school, and I think what draws me in is how their songs are both energetic and introspective. For example, Arctic Monkeys have this talent for writing lyrics that tell stories, often about everyday life, which makes their music feel relatable and real. Also, I've been really into Phoebe Bridgers lately. Her songwriting is so vulnerable and evocative that it almost feels like she's reading my thoughts sometimes. What makes these artists my favorites is not just their unique sound, but also the way they experiment with different musical elements. It's pretty inspiring. I mean, some of their tracks mix traditional rock sounds with more electronic or folk influences, which I find really innovative. I guess I admire how they're not afraid to break boundaries and express complex emotions through music. As for how indie rock contributes to society, I think it gives people a space to process their feelings and connect with others on a deeper level. It encourages creativity, authenticity, and even self-reflection, which are all super important, especially for young people trying to figure out who they are. So overall, I'd say indie rock isn't just entertaining, it actually helps foster a more open and expressive culture, which I think is incredibly valuable. This answer works well because it follows the PREP structure. It clearly introduces an opinion, explains the reasons, gives specific examples, and connects the topic to society by discussing creativity, authenticity, and emotional connection. That's all for today's practice. If you'd like more speaking exercises, log in to detpractice.com now and claim your 3-day free VIP trial. Start practicing smarter today.